I woke up from my sleep. My sister woke up. I just remember my mom grabbing us and she said, run. It was snowing out and there was like 2 feet of snow. We didn't have shoes, no jackets. He had chased my mom out down the stairs. And I remember seeing her on her knees in the streets, begging for her life while he was about to stab her in the heart. He stabbed her about 17 times. And that was the night that we came to St. Joe's. I mean, I do have fond memories of my childhood. Like, I remember, like, our mom taking us to Giggle Bees, and we would have, like, birthday parties. But there are also, like, the memories of, waking up and there's people passed out that you don't know sitting at your table, or you're trying to call somebody to come get you because you just didn't have anyone that was sober at the house. As a child, it wasn't safe. My grandma was like, you know what? These girls need somewhere safe to stay. They need protection, they need care, they need nurturing. My grandma's had suggested a boarding school in Chamberlain. And at the time, St. Joe's didn't have any openings. They didn't have any beds available for us. And it came down to the point of, do we let them go to CPS or do we try and figure this out? And St. Joe's was like, you know what? We can make room for them. They're like, we will figure out where to put them. We will keep them in the same home and we will make sure that they are taken care of. And the next day, when we got here, I was like, oh, cool, vacation. We're going to a nice hotel with all these kids here.
When I think of Danisha, she lights up a room. I worked with her when I was a counselor, but I also worked with her when I was in the residential role. St. Joe's is unlike any place I've ever worked. All of the students that attend school here are Native American. All are from this area, South Dakota in general, but we do have some students from tribes in North Dakota and Nebraska.
A lot of our kids come here from broken homes.
The things they've heard that's negative, the racism and poverty and violence. And
if you Google poorest counties in the United States, Buffalo County is going to be one of the top 5.
There was just something about growing up with parents who drank or weren't around that kind of messes with someone. Like, I got to actually be a kid while I was here.
Danisha did very well while she was here, and then her struggles really began when she graduated.
And life was good. I mean, I was working. I ended up getting pregnant with my son. And I just remember being super excited. And he was just like the chubbiest, cutest baby anyone has ever, well, my biased opinion, the cutest baby anyone has ever seen. After Dominic was born, we had our own place. And then after a while, I started getting postpartum depression. I think that's when I started falling into drinking heavily. After a while, I started doing drugs, and it didn't stop after that. Depended on them at one point just to get by.
What St. Joe's tries to do is be a safe space where students and families can talk about experiences, can talk about how to heal from some of that trauma that gets passed down.
And so you just have to really be careful to not label a kid, not judge a kid. You don't label their families, you don't judge their families. You just say, we're creating an environment of hope and support. That's what we're doing.
Which is how we do things here at St. Joe. We work and teach to the whole person, the whole child, including family and health, mind, body, heart, and spirit. I want our generations to know who they are identity-wise from a Lakota, Dakota perspective.
So some of the things that St. Joe's does to help the kids and uplift the kids is to host powwows. And those type of events that we have bring the kids back to their culture. It brings them pride and joy to dance and to learn how to dance, to wear the regalia that's been worn for ages.
Students will just say, it's so fun making my family happy, to I feel like I'm dancing with my ancestors on this sacred ground to the heartbeat of the drum.
When they're at home, it's hard to be a kid. It's hard to just go play. Where at St. Joe's, we can help that child remember that here's that safe space. You don't have to worry about where your next meal's coming from. You don't have to worry about somebody coming in and hurting you.
I was over it. I just felt like I wasn't doing something good for my kid. He was better off without me. The drugs had such a hold on my life and my mental health that I convinced myself time and time again that he was so much better without me. You know, I realized that this stuff does happen, and as long as you fall back on a really good support system, that you can overcome it. St. Joe's was that huge support system for me.
A lot of people think that a place like St. Joe's would be getting state money or federal money or something like that. They're not. I think that made a big difference to me too, that they depend on donors to be able to help them do what they need to do. It's a wonderful and beautiful place.
I appreciate more than anything, because without them, I don't think I would continue to stay sober.
But I can hear her laughing, and I'm like, that's Danisha, because her laugh is just contagious.
The staff here at St. Joe's, they mean a lot to me. Honestly, I think more than they'll ever even imagine, or that I'll let them know. Because they were here, you know, whenever I needed them the most as a child, and they're here when I need them the most as an adult. Dominic goes here now. He's so happy.
Here at St. Joe's, he can be a kid, and he can have space to just be a kid. Yeah, there's hardships and grief and sadness, and we cry during those times, and we're with, you know, families and students during those times, but we also get to be there on the happy times too, and I really think that's Danisha's stage in life, is the happiness part and the after part, what comes after the struggles, and watching her has been a great honor for me.
And you see the results, the success stories of some of the children that graduate from the high school and go on. I mean, it touches your heart. Like Danisha, being a graduate of the school, teaching her children, it goes on and on and on.